We are back, everybody. Wow, we are back. It's time to roll with the troll.
The troll.
Yeah, it'd be great if we got like a cheesy intro. Wouldn't that be fun?
We're still working on it.
Yeah, you guys are lucky we even have good thumbnails. Um, the audio still sucks. Listen, we are so close to Cobra Kai season 4. We are 3 days away. This video is about everything that we know so far.
Yeah, I don't know very much, to be honest with you.
I gotta think it's funny that we're saying so far when like it's not like there's gonna be new info in the last 3 days. They're not
Yeah.
gonna drop a new trailer 24 hours before the
Right.
season comes out. So it's just anything we're gonna know and will know until we watch the goddamn show. Right? That's the
Yeah.
only way.
Yeah.
So you don't know what's going on yet?
I know a little. I mean, I saw one trailer and I only saw it once. So, that's about it. That's all
Yeah,
I've
so you
had
don't
time
really.
for.
All right, I'll get you caught up to speed real quick.
I really rely on you for that.
All right, well, look, Daniel moves back to Jersey. He
What?
moves the family back to Jersey. Yeah, he's out of here. He's done.
Wait, what?
Samantha pregnant. We don't know who the
come
father
on.
is. It could. Well, listen.
You're trolling me.
Could be. I'm not trolling you. I'm just saying it could be Miguel. It
Uh,
could be Robbie. We don't know.
You're
For all we know,
trolling.
it could be another guy. We don't even know what this girl's up
Troll.
to.
It's a family show.
Listen, the show is going to get a lot more woke. That's one thing, is because the creators have been under a lot of pressure from the Democrat Party that they're not being woke enough.
All right.
So
I'm sorry.
I'm just
I
telling you
asked.
the news of what's going on here. I hate
I
to tell
asked
you,
a serious
Crease,
question.
Crease becomes a woman.
Oh, come on.
Johnny and Dutch,
Oh, I thought I was
lovers.
going to get something
Okay, all right.
real.
I'm sorry. Okay, here's what we know. We know I mentioned in the last video, Allie is in 3 episodes. This surprises me a lot.
What is that?
I guess just because she only got 2 episodes last time, and I didn't expect her to even necessarily be in this season because of the way things wrapped up. I thought it was kind of a clear-cut case of she and Johnny had their moment. She saw Daniel as well, and that's all the fan service we get from her for a while. And I thought she probably wouldn't even be in this season. Instead, she's in potentially more. She's in more episodes anyway.
I wonder if she'll move back.
I know, I kind of got to thinking that, right? The first episode or 2 could just be because she's still in town because it picks up pretty soon after season 3. But I don't think you can get 3 episodes out of that. That seems like a lot. So I do imagine she comes back at some point. Another big thing is Kumiko. We talked about this too. Kumiko gets an episode.
Kumiko with an O.
With an O. Yeah, not to be confused with any other Kumikos. You spell their name differently for some reason. She gets an episode. I'm still thinking that's really just a quick Skype call or something. I don't imagine it's more than that. But who knows? I don't know. Maybe they're going to do something else with that.
Was that something that was shown, or that's just something that's been reported?
No, it wasn't shown, but it was. Both of these things were reported. I forget where, but it was someone who really does have real news. It wasn't like CNN or MSNBC or any of these fucking fake news channels. It was real. So, so that's going on. Now, here's something. We know that Terry is initially, or at some point here, he's mad at Crease. He's not, which is kind of surprising. Yeah, because there's a scene where I think we talked about this already too, so maybe we're recapping a few too many things. But there is a quick scene where Terry is outside his home, his new beach home or something. Crease walks up and Terry sees him and he just says, "What do you want?" So who knows what happened there with the phone call when Crease called him at the end of season 3, assuming that was him.
Yeah.
So
Which
who knows?
we have assumed it was him.
Yeah, we always assume it's him, but maybe not. Maybe he called somebody else. Who fucking knows? I doubt it though. That seemed like it was Terry the way it went down.
How many friends does he have?
Not a lot. So some other stuff that's going on. We saw in the trailer that somehow at the end of the tournament, assuming it's the end, it's somehow in the tournament, Johnny and Daniel. This is to me the most curious thing I can't figure out. They face off and they bow. So I don't know if that's just a quick, like, we're going to bow because our students are going up against each other and that's just what they're doing now. They're having the sensei's bow. It could be just some little, just meaningless moment. Or does that mean they fight? I'm really baffled, but all we know is that they're up there at the tournament in their gis and they're bowing.
They bowed to each other when they taught their first class together, so...
Yeah, so, but this is a tournament though. So I don't know what's going on here. You know, it's not really something we know about it. We don't really know what it means, but we just know that they're bowing to each other.
Okay.
And that's interesting. It ends. Here's the thing I keep hearing from everybody that's already seen it. You know, there's a lot of lot of these guys with internet, the YouTube channels and such, they got to already preview it, because they have real successful internet channels, YouTube channels.
Yeah.
We did not get invited.
What about us?
Yeah, we got blown right off.
Wow.
We got absolutely nowhere with this. But for the
Maybe
people
next year.
The people who have more than 38 subscribers and better audio are maybe next year. They're yeah, make it happen, everybody. Like and subscribe.
Yes.
So next year we get to see it early, and then we'll do a better video version of this.
We've got
38 we'll have more
now?
to say. Yeah, we got 38 subscribers.
Okay, so we need to set a goal. We're setting a goal.
All right, our goal is we want at least 100,000 subs by tomorrow morning. So tell everybody you know.
Okay.
Tell everybody you know, please. It's the only way to make this happen. So anyway, we know that what everyone's been saying is that when this season ends, I've heard this in multiple places now, the characters all have many different ways they can go. Like it ends in a scattered kind of way where there's a lot of loose ends and a lot of like characters that have a fork in the road.
Okay.
I've heard that from multiple sources now, so I'm thinking it's got to be somewhat true.
Wow.
So yeah, that's kind of interesting. That makes
that could be good.
I like that it doesn't sound like season 4 is at all definitive. Like I'm sure there's a definitive loser, and winner in the tournament, but it sounds like a lot of characters aren't sure which way to go. There's a lot of temptation, a lot of possibilities.
Well, yeah, and in the Karate Kid Cobra Kai world, you can lose but still win,
And in the Rocky world too.
And in the Rocky
multiple
world.
times he loses. That's the thing. In Rocky, you can lose in life but win in the ring, or you can lose in the ring and win in life. I don't think he ever does both. It's always kind of one or the other.
I never thought of it that way.
Right? In Karate Kid, though, which is kind of like its cousin IP, you don't get that at all. Just the good guys always win. Period. Even in season 2, where if you guys think back real quick to season 2, there was a lot of, at the time, there was a lot of stuff YouTube was doing, like a lot of propaganda about, whose side are you on? Are you on Team Miyagi-Do or Team Johnny and Cobra Kai? And at the time, it was kind of fashionable for a lot of people to kind of act like they were more into Cobra Kai than Miyagi-Do. Like almost as if Miyagi-Do weren't the good guys. And there was that theory of like, yeah, the Miyagi-Do kids are bad and they kind of did this and this. And I just thought, at the end of the day, no matter which way you want to fucking slice it, Miyagi-Do are the good guys. And I don't think you can bullshit yourself into pretending that they weren't. They were the good guys, ultimately. Sam's a cunt. We don't like Sam. I mean, Sam's doing things wrong all the time. Sam definitely started the fight with Tori. But regardless, it's still, at the end of the day, they're the better kids overall, despite that little blemish. Right? Like, the kids went over there because they wanted to get away from Johnny calling them pussies and all that. And they wanted to go somewhere nice. And Daniel's message, ultimately, come on, don't try to be cool. Daniel's message is nicer than Johnny's. It's more appropriate for young kids trying to blossom up into adulthood, right? Come on. You get... So my point is, season 2 ended with ultimately Miyagi-Do winning, even though everybody was like, Cobra Kai's going to kick their ass. Cobra Kai's going to win. I just knew, like, no, you got to stick with it. The good guys win. Miyagi-Do wins at the end. Everybody from Miyagi-Do beat everybody from Cobra Kai at the end of season 2. And then in season 3, ultimately, wasn't it the same thing? Didn't Miyagi? I mean, now Miyagi-Do teamed up with Eagle Fang, but but ultimately, it's the same thing. The good guys won. The good guys have always won in this IP. So this notion that like it's going to be totally different in season 4, everybody's been saying season 4 the good guys are going to lose. It's going to be horrifying. I guess they're finally going to do that. But up until now, the good guys have always won.
Yeah.
In all 7 outings we've had between the films and between the series, right? So let's just keep that in mind. Okay, they don't pull a Rocky 1 or a Rocky Balboa where they lose by a little. I think it's time. I think this IP is about to make that happen now. I really do.
Okay,
we'll see. Everyone's turning me around because at first I thought, come on, Kreese obviously loses, and then he's done, and then you bring in Miguel's dad as the new villain. But no, I think I'm wrong on that one too. A lot of my predictions have been wrong.
Yes.
I want to make sure that's clear. I thought Johnny was going to Okinawa.
You did.
I thought Robbie was going to Okinawa.
You were really committed to that one too.
I really thought that was the way it was going to unfold. I thought, didn't it just make sense that Johnny was all torn up? Anyway, look, that's for another video. We'll eventually do a video of all my predictions that were wrong.
Yes.
That'll be a lot of fun. And then you guys can comment and tell me to fuck off. So anyway, here's something I want to talk about though. We also found out Rickenberger and Mikey I'll explain them if you don't know who they are in a second, because I know there's a lot of characters whose names don't really get said.
Yeah.
Neither one of them is in season 4. And I had a feeling because you don't see them in the trailers. And I thought these guys, if you don't know who they are, they've been pretty front and center on Cobra Kai, on the Cobra Kai dojo since season 2.
Not a lot of lines.
Not a lot of lines at all. No, they really don't. Actually, yeah, I don't think they've ever spoken, really, now that I think about it. Isn't that funny?
You get facial expressions.
Well, I'll tell you why. If you don't know their background, these guys were not really supposed to be actors on the show. They're stuntmen, young stuntmen. So the idea to bring them in was really because they were part of the stunt coordination team or something. Now that stunt team is being let go and they're not involved in season 4, that meant that you couldn't have these guys on anymore as actors. So the reason I think this can be a really good thing and a really bad thing all at the same time. Let me hit you guys up. I'm getting into a little bit of a prediction here again, right? Or at least a theory. It's a theory. But here's the deal. I think this really sucks because the show already suffers from too much of some nameless, faceless kid you don't really know. And he's supposed to be part of the dojo. And then sometimes those kids disappear. You'll notice from the tournament in season 1.
They're like the red shirts of Cobra Kai.
Yeah. Well, like G.I. Joe did this sometimes with green shirts. They would make it where there were all the characters you knew, and then a bunch of green shirts that were just kind of like generic. Expendable G.I. Joe guys that didn't mean anything. And that never really sat well for a lot of people. We didn't really want that. And I think on Cobra Kai, it was weird to have so many characters like that. If you look at the tournament in season 1, up until the next day or a couple days later, that Monday, the faces were already changing. A lot of those kids the kids from the tournament were gone. They had new kids.
Yeah.
It was really weird. And they were just kind of playing it off like this is the crew we've had the whole time. And it wasn't. So I thought when they had these two in season 2, these guys, Rickenberger and Mikey, both were from the beginning of season 2 right up to the end in season 3 when they show up at the LaRusso house, trash everything, commit every kind of violent crime you can imagine. Break all the fucking furniture. So I really thought, okay, now we're going to have some consistency, right?
Yeah.
Seemed like those guys were going to be in season 4 and we'd see them in the tournament and all that. But since they can't come back, I think that's a bad thing to hurt the consistency. But I think it's a good thing because if they use this right, they can use this as an excuse to actually have consequences for what happened at the end of the LaRusso house.
Yeah.
I've said this in another video, I'm going to explain a little bit more. If there's no legal consequences, the show is just getting too cartoony.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
What's worse?
That was a very significant incident. Lots of stuff broken, windows, furniture, kids being beaten
threw a young boy through the damn window. Through a window. Are you kidding me? That could have killed that kid.
Yeah.
So what I'm getting, let me ask you this. What was more severe? Like in real life, what would be more severe? The LaRusso house attack at the end of season 3 or the school fight at the end of season 2?
I don't know.
I see, to me, no question, the LaRusso break-in.
Really?
It was a legit break-in. The school fight was big and there were more people in it, I guess.
Yeah.
A few more people, not a lot. But, and yeah, it ended with Miguel getting very, very hurt. And Robbie, juvie. But think about it. Come on, legally, for a bunch of kids to fight and help each other in a fight in a school, okay, that kind of happens. Not to that degree, but it happens.
Gotcha.
And Miguel getting kicked over the thing, that was, again, Robbie didn't mean to do that. It's just the way it went down. The fight got out of control. These kids, they broke and entered. They planned. This is a planned breaking and entering.
Gotcha.
Destroyed so much shit in the house and really attacked a kid who just got out of the hospital and couldn't even move a few weeks ago.
Oh, that was horrifying.
That was horrifying, right? So, and so much shit got broken. And by the way, if they broke in and demanded that like one of them fights one of the Miyagi-Do or one of Eagle Fang, that'd be a little different. If it's like a 20 or 30-second fight in the living room and that's it. This was an all-out fucking riot in the house. So to me, I think you need I could believe that maybe Terry Silver pulls some stunts and bribes it so that Tori doesn't go to jail and maybe saves a couple of the kids. But it's just plain not believable to me if they all get off scot-free. LaRusso's going to fucking push the button hard with the cops.
Yeah.
So my little theory on this one is because we know those guys aren't coming back, I think the way to do it is, what I hope is, that Kreese is going to explain that those kids are locked up in juvie and that the other kids got off somehow, but some technicality or Terry Silver or something. Anyway, guys, we got like 3 days left. Cobra Kai season 4. Like, subscribe.